is it about, other than the experience that you get back from these guys this year, what is it about this group of guys that you really enjoy working with this season?
That's a great question. I mean, honestly, in order to create something exceptional, your mindset's got to be relentless. And so to me, it's being able to see them go through, some of them 6 years of drill one, 4 years of Raven, and be able to attack it the same way every day with that relentless mindset.
Coach, Chris was talking about how Bobby and Olu have gotten, have shown a lot more energy. How do you feel like these guys have kind of taken on your identity as an offensive line over the years?
Whoa! God bless. It's been fun to see that growth. I think just like with me, the 5 people that I hang out with the most is probably who I emulate. And so it's nice to see them creating their own energy, being infectious for the team in a positive way. We talked a lot about what phenomenal championship athletes do, and they found a way to create momentum for themselves. Love that they do that. And then really good championship athletes, they find a way to keep that momentum going instead of ruining it or slowing it down.
Coach, we've talked a lot about your starting lineup and the veterans you have. How do you feel about the depth of your unit, and what have you seen there?
Yeah, I love the depth, right? And again, it's been awesome because there's battles going on at each tackle spot. There's battles going on at the guard spot. And so again, it's just like, come here, you're out, put the next guy in. And then there's no better motivator than the bench. And so when you're standing next to me on the sidelines, that's not fun. You want to be out there. So being able to have that depth and knowing, that anybody can replace you at any time, that's a great feeling as a coach. And I think the guys are embracing it too, because they know that their reps can be limited based upon their performance.
Who do you have who works at center behind Olu? And is it a case where there's a backup, or would somebody in the starting 5 slide over and you'd reshuffle?
That's a great question, and you'll have to come to September 4th to get that answer.
Well, I'll be there. Thanks, guys.
I can't wait.
Coach, what have you seen from Noah Josie? Bronco was praising him a lot last Friday.
Yeah, it's man, it is really exciting to see a young man come in who's been deemed with, a lot of success, or has been glorified as a high school player, and not have that. College is way different than high school, and he's come in and embraced that. He's been training and modeling the older guys. He has a very good routine where he's taking care of his body and studying plays, just like everybody should, but he takes it to a whole nother level. Getting questions from him, at 11:30 at night, hey coach, on team play 14, this, or it's been fun to coach him. The way he's been able to remain humble. I think the most impressive thing that he's done is in the weight room, he earned the color orange. And we had a scrimmage at night, and in the morning he decided to go take on the challenge of what that means to earn your orange gear. And so again, I just love his mindset. His ability and desire to learn is exceptional, but it'll be a lot of fun to see him play.
Coach, this is Chris with the Sabre. There was a stat out there, I think it was from ESPN, that your guys led the ACC, and your skill players not getting touched the farthest downfield. How do you evaluate those sort of things, and where can your guys improve if they're already leading the ACC and that type of stuff?
Man, nothing in life's where you start. I'll be very interested to see if those numbers stick and hold after 14 games. That's what I'll be the most interested in. Again, it's just being disciplined, like we talked about, just having a relentless mindset every day to improve your craft. Again, that was last year, and yeah, great, that's awesome. It's a different line, different group of guys, so let's see what they can do this year.
there's been a collection of players that could see running back time. Broncos talked about really having a ton of options there. How is that relationship working and just getting holes open for anyone that steps into the backfield?
Yeah, regardless of who's carrying the ball, I mean, it's all the same to us up front. But man, it's just fun to be able to have that competition going on. Again, like I have it in my room, Coach Tujague has it in his room. You know, I mean, again, just being able to run the ball. You know, we've all been charted with traditional run. You know that. So again, being able to have all those various weapons back there, you know, it's going to be exciting. I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can do with my guys up front and then the running backs.
Chris was telling us about the injury that he dealt with last year with his hip. Just kind of, what does that make you kind of just recognizing him, just kind of battling through that and coming back this year?
Just warrior mentality. I mean, he's done a phenomenal job, and I think in all of his years at Virginia, last year was his greatest jump in production. It's not even close. Went from being maybe an average player to a good player in the ACC, and so I'm anticipating him taking that same jump this year, but with a better, much more functional hip. So I just love his warrior mindset. Is huge, and I think it's carried on to the other players. So it's been good because it wasn't like that when he first got here. He had his little favorite thing. He'd always do this, like try to tell me he was hurt or something, and so he's gritting it out now. It's been a lot of fun.
We're talking about with Josie about how he's kind of taking his cues from some of the older guys. How much value is there in a guy like Laser, like Olu, like all these veteran guys being there, kind of set the table for the next generation?
Yeah, it's priceless. I mean, you cannot put a price tag on that. The most important thing that we can do, I believe, as human beings, whether it's in the game of football or life, is make our area, our space better when we leave. And I am extremely grateful for, you know, Marcus Applefield, who kind of started that culture through Jake Feeler, to Ryan Swoboda, to Ryan Nelson, to Chris Glazer, to Olu. I mean, it's been fun to watch them embody that mindset and paying it forward, right? I mean, leave the place better than what you found it, and I think those guys have done that.
Coach Beck was saying that during recruitment, sometimes they bring you in for recruits for the woo factor. What is the secret to this woo factor?
Oh, Coach Beck. Oh, I can't wait to see him. Man, passion for life, passion for the love of what you do. It's infectious. They say like the Pea Piper, right? You get all the people to follow you. I love being around people. It gives me energy. Some people, it zaps their energy. For me, the more people I'm around, the better. And man, I don't have time for bad attitudes or bad mindsets, man. There's plenty of time for that when you step away, but in the moment, live it, be it, and have fun. Doesn't mean everything life throws you is going to be great, but you turn around and you make the best of it and you learn from it. And I just think that's the only way to go through it. Been taught to by my parents, and man, there's crappy things that happen sometimes, but you just got to bite down, push through, and find the positive once you get out on the other side.